Look at this day in history. October 1st.
In 1940, America's first superhighway, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, was open to traffic. On this day in 1949, Communist leader Mao Zedong declared his country the People's Republic of China. The U.S. did not officially recognize the Communist government of China until 1979. Also on this day in 1971, the Magic Kingdom expanded its empire to the East Coast. Walt Disney World opened in Orlando, Florida. And on this day in 1890, Congress created Yosemite National Park. Loggers and sheep herders were threatening the area's meadows and giant sequoias until John and Muir lobbied to make it a federally protected park, preserving a slice of the Old West for outdoorsy generations to come. And that's this day in history.
Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Demetrius
and Destiny,
bringing your morning announcements
on WDMS News.
Today is Thursday, October 1st, 2015 B-Day.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the DMS Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I am safe, I am respectful, and I am responsible at Dundalk Middle School and in my community. Please be seated.
Today's math problem is write the equation that matches your plan. Solve the equation you wrote yesterday. Be sure to let your math teacher know if you can solve it.
Now here's Melinda with today's weather.
It was 55 degrees this morning. We have a chance of afternoon showers today and should reach a high of 61 degrees this afternoon. Here's the weather for the remainder of the week. This is only the beginning of the rain. There is a hurricane in the Bahamas now, and it could reach us this weekend. Now for the sports report. The Orioles lost their first game against the Blue Jays yesterday, 2-15. But they won the second game 8-1. They're going to play at 12:05 this afternoon to get ahead. 12:05 this afternoon to get ahead of the rain. Be sure to cheer on the Ravens tonight as they play on Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh. Okay.
Thanks, Melina, and here's Demetrius with the word of the day.
The topic for this week's words of the day is enthusiasm. Today our word is jubilant. Mary was jubilant when she was selected for the varsity squad. Can you determine what jubilant means? Once again, today's word of the day is jubilant. Calling all flute players. Flute tutors will begin after school today. Any teachers or students with experience playing the flute are welcome to join Miss Lapata in room 114. They will be learning songs for the winter concert and enjoying snacks. Please bring your flute and a pencil. If you have any questions, please see Miss Lapata.
Auditions for Peter Pan will be Wednesday, October 7th from 3 to 4 p.m. See Miss Carter or Miss Stensorn for an audition packet. You must turn in your permission slip in order to audition. Craft Club will meet today after school in room 304. We will need a signed permission slip to stay, so please see Miss Bowers if you do not already have a permission slip. They will be making friendship bracelets this week. This Friday will be our super fun day. We will be following a special schedule on Friday.
Please stay to the right when walking through DMS halls. Here's a good reason why to do this.
Destiny with a few words of wisdom. When you were a newborn baby and your parents brought you home from the hospital, did you come home to a small house, or was it a big mansion, or maybe an apartment? Was it a trailer home? Were you born in the United States, or were you born in Mexico? What about Vietnam or Africa? In Turkey, they say, where you are born is less important than how you live. Today, ask yourself this: how much importance do I place on where I was born? How much importance do I place on where others were born? Am I proud of my beings? Am I ashamed? Am I arrogant? Then remember this little bit of Turkish wisdom and focus on how you and others are choosing to live. That That, my friends, is what's really important. With something to think about, this is destiny. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Now here's Mr. Barish.
Morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is a reminder to our 8th graders. Majority of our 8th graders are scheduled to take their first field trip today to Dundalk High School. It's a great opportunity for you to see the brand new high school as an option for you to go on to high school. I know we had our magnet fair the other day, and again, this is a great opportunity for you to see what Dundalk High School has to offer before you make a final decision, 8th graders, as to where you want to go next year. So this is a very big year. It's also a great opportunity to see the high school. Please make sure, students, that you demonstrate exemplary behavior on your field trip. This is your first, for many of you, it'll be your first experience over at the high school, and I want it to be a positive experience. So again, remember, even outside of this building, you are SR squared, safe, respectful, and responsible. Also, students, I want to just announce, over the course of the last week, week and a half, I've noticed an increase of students engaging in physical altercations, meaning that either a couple students are playing or a couple students decide they're not playing and putting their hands on one another. I'm letting you know there are 2 non-negotiables in this building. 2 non-negotiables. One is bullying. If you are a bully, you will be addressed with an in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, or you will end up in an alternative school. And fighting is the same thing. If you get into a fight or you put your hands on another child, you're going to be facing an in-school suspension, an out-of-school suspension, or an expulsion to the alternative school at Rosedale. Again, we want to make sure every child is safe, respectful, and responsible. Dundalk Middle School is an institution for learning. It's not a place where students come to school to fight. That's not the reputation we want to have in Baltimore County Public Schools, is that type of perception. Inside the school, we know how hard students and teachers work. I need to make sure people outside, that perception of Dundalk Middle School is continued to change to what great things students are doing. So students, it starts with respecting yourself. All students, you must keep your hands to yourself. There is always an opportunity to get help or assistance from a staff member in this building. There's plenty of staff members here as resources or support, so you do not need to address or handle any type of altercation yourself. Again, students who put their hands on another student, you are risking you will not just risk, you're either going to get an in-school suspension, an out-of-school suspension, an assignment to an alternative school, and a meeting with Officer Roulette. And in certain cases, kids who've met with Officer Roulette have been charged with second-degree assault. So we do take that very seriously, and we take that seriously because my commitment to every student is that you can come to school, you can learn in a positive and safe environment, and we're committed to making sure that that happens for you. Again, today we will have after-school buses. Our after-school activities will continue. We are also coordinating our numbers for our the month of September, first 5 weeks of school, for students who had a perfect attendance. It looks like over 300 students I'm going to be treating to ice cream over the next couple days. So as soon as I get a confirmation from Miss Teresa, the cafeteria manager, I'll be buying all of you ice cream, all 300 plus of you, for ice cream. Let's make it a great day. Remember, students, it starts with coming to school, bringing your A game, excellent attendance, coming to school with a positive attitude, and applying yourself. And as part of Team DMS, we will educate and inspire you all to become globally competitive graduates. Thank you. Now back to Destiny and Demetrius.
This is Demetrius.
And Destiny.
Have a thoroughly fun Thursday.